We have so much to dive into, and here to analyze with us, John Berman sticks around. Also, we want to bring in Michael Smerconish, CNN political commentator and host of CNN's Smerconish, and Hugh Hewitt, host of the Hugh Hewitt Show. He, of course, was a questioner at the debate last night. Gentlemen, great to see you. Thanks for getting up early.
My pleasure.
Hugh, let's start with you, because sometimes, it does feel different in the hall as it does from watching it. So did you think that anybody was dominant or the winner last night?
I gave the gold to Chris Christie, I gave the silver to Jeb Bush, and I gave 2 bronzes out to the 2 senators who sparred, Rubio and Cruz. I must say that I just saw Chris's interview with Donald Trump for the first time, and the platinum goes to the party. Because when Chris got Donald Trump to double down on staying in the party in a way he did on stage, and I was happy. I even clapped. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. I don't have to be objective. I'm a conservative.
And
I
asked him.
I asked him because people call my radio show. They might call Michael's, and if he ran as a third party, it was over. Hillary wins. He's in the Republican Party. We have a nominee. We have a 2-way race. I think we can beat her with any person on that stage. So that's how I called it for the night, and I'm so glad, Chris, you got him in the after show, because that actually also helps him with rank-and-file Republicans who want him to be a Republican and not to do the straddle thing. So he may get a medal out of this as well.
Smerconish, thumbs up, thumbs down. How'd you rank him?
From anybody else on that stage, I would be accepting of what Donald Trump said to you, what Donald Trump said to Hugh. But from Donald Trump, I just can't accept it. I listen to Donald Trump, and I think those are the words of someone who on the eve...
Did he run over your dog at some point? Is there an admission that you need to make? What did he do to you?
From Donald Trump, I hear the man who is now losing on 2 polls in Iowa, and he needs to staunch the bleeding because the momentum has shifted to Ted Cruz. And I just can't accept him at his word, because within the next 50 days, something huge could happen where that was then and this is now.
John, stylistically, Donald Trump has the opposite of a poker face. He has an elastic face, and you knew exactly how he felt last night when anybody was saying anything that he disagreed with. He sort of harumphed, and he also, like, at times touched his fellow, candidates. It was just an interesting display.
You could turn the volume off and have a really fun 2 hours watching a Donald Trump debate. Look, I thought he actually began the debate with the most concise opening statement he's had, with the clearest answer he's given yet on his proposal to ban Muslims. He was in complete control. And then when Jeb Bush started going after him, he's like, you know what? Forget about it. I'm going to be Donald Trump again for a few minutes here and just swing and sigh and roll my eyes and those things. It was interesting to see. When he did that thing with Ted Cruz at the end, you're saying put his hand on him, though? I thought that was genius. I thought it was like, here's my little friend, Ted Cruz, right here. So he understands that physicality can work in your favor, too.
Totally.
Deciding your fates. That's what a debate is about. Let's say that last night Ted Cruz had a moment and he had a chance to make it. Ben Carson last night was again put in a spot by Hugh Hewitt. Do we have the sound where Hugh's making this very tough point, which is this is about doing the worst things that human beings can do when we're talking about war and how to fight it. Are you the man for it? Ben Carson gave an interesting answer. Let's play it, and then we'll discuss it.
Interestingly enough, you should see the eyes of some of those children when I say to them, we're going to have to open your head up and take out this tumor. They're not happy about it, believe me, and they don't like me very much at that point. But later on, they love me. Sometimes I sound like him. Later on, they really realize what's going on. And by the same token, you have to be able to look at the big picture and understand that it's actually merciful if you go ahead and finish the job rather than death by 1,000 pricks.
So you are okay with the deaths of thousands of innocent children and civilians? It's like...
You got it.
Thank God that wasn't me, Hugh. So you're asking him this hard question of, do you have what it takes to kill often innocents in a situation? He gives that answer. Did you feel that that was a good answer? And what'd you make of the reaction from the crowd?
I did not expect the reaction from the crowd, but I stand by my question because as Clementine Churchill said about Winston, he had the lethality necessary for the job. And if we are in World War III, you have to be a very lethal person. It's a question I think Ben Carson should welcome, and he handled well. He did say he did have what it took to do what it takes to win a war. Do people believe him? He broke out at the National Day of Prayer. He broke out because he's evangelical, because he's the nicest man you'll meet on that stage. And did he carry through the idea that he could be a war maker in the way that World War III? I don't know, but I'll stand by the question, because if you can't, you shouldn't want this job. I think everyone else on that stage is pretty persuasive. Gentle Ben, that's the question.
But Hugh, why were you surprised by that mini mutiny that you sort of heard from the crowd? I mean, I think that they thought that was out of bounds.
Well, because they don't like the idea that they can't do it to me because I'm a conservative. They think the media might be baiting people into, oh, you want to kill people. That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about lethality. So they'll get it. They'll be fine. And I read the post reviews afterwards from conservatives who kind of figured it out. And Dr. Carson kind of liked the moment.
So how did you like that little taste of what happened?
I felt like a Cleveland Browns quarterback.
Now you know
okay.
how it
It's
feels,
okay.
my brother, when you ask something that seems to make sense to you and you get pilloried.
Yeah, that's it.
Michael, we know you always take handwritten notes.
Yeah.
So show us what what your
I do this
takeaway
because
was.
I like to lock in. It's a smart crowd that we attract after the debate, everybody weighing in and offering their opinions. And I like to lock in exactly as I saw it.
Your first impression.
Before I hear any spin. So for me, I thought Kasich had a decent evening. I don't expect it was a breakout moment. Carly Fiorina, not so
Sideways.
much. Right. Rubio, big night. Carson, I thought down night. I didn't think that he could compete on a granular basis with Rubio and with Cruz, who I thought were excellent debaters last night. Trump, a down arrow. You're right. He usually gets a down arrow from me. Ted Cruz, big night. Jeb, we haven't discussed Jeb
Yes,
Bush.
we need to
I think
discuss
Jeb Bush had his best performance yet. I've not been favorable toward his debate
Benefiting
appearances
from low
thus far.
expectations or absolutely
Maybe
good night?
maybe the bar has been set lower, Chris, but I thought he had a genuinely good night. I thought he delivered a complete performance. It hadn't been a full game from him thus far. Chris Christie, I disagree.
Okay.
Not so much as far as I was concerned. And Rand Paul, I appreciated him being on that stage. I know he got in by the hair of his chinny chin chin, but I appreciate having someone on that stage advancing the argument that maybe every time we open a base overseas, we're not making ourselves more safe, we're making ourselves less safe.
We haven't talked enough about Jeb Bush, and people thought that he held his own against Donald Trump.
Look, had he done this in August, had he done this in September at the Reagan Library, this could be a different campaign. There is no question about it. This was the Jeb Bush I think people thought they needed to see early on to prove he could take on this field, prove he could appeal to the wide group of the Republican voting base right now. Is it enough now? He's down, as Donald Trump said, down at 3% in some polls. He's got a lot of ground to pick up, and he's got tough competitors to do it against. It's not Trump that he has to compete against. It's Marco Rubio. It's Chris Christie, and to a lesser extent, John Kasich. So, it's hard to see if he can make up that difference with the time he has left.
One of Bush's people grabbed me last night after the debate and made a compelling point. Of course, that's their job, but I thought it was compelling. He does not benefit from the big crowd. And they say the smaller the crowd gets, as long as he's in it, the more he will rise. And maybe now if he's a group of 5, his fates change. Once the primaries begin, it's always only about 3 or 4. So
Well,
maybe that winds up being his boost.
And I have very good news for him. He's about to be in a group of 3, you, me, and him. He's in the elevator.
Really?
So, gentlemen, thank you very much
pleasure.
for all of the
Thank you.
analysis.